Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Silver Bowl for tonight's game between the Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes and the Blue Mountain Eagles. I'm Bob Ells along with Warren Altamore and Wayne Brokenshire bringing you tonight's game.
Yeah.
Looks like it could be a good one tonight. Warren?
We got here.
Go ahead.
Okay. The Blue Mountain Eagles are here in town tonight. Blue Mountain comes in with a 4-4 record. They're coming off a pretty big win against the Pine Grove Cardinals last week. Now, if you read some of the papers during the week, and I believe the Reading Eagle, if I'm not mistaken, probably had an article about them, Blue Mountain's big goal now is a winning season and possibly a step into the playoffs. Now, that's to be a little bit difficult because, one, they play Big Red tonight, and they end the season with Schuylkill Haven. So they got their work cut out. If they want to make it into the Eastern Conference, these are must games. So they're playing pretty much a playoff game right now for them. That and the fact that they want to finish above 500, and they have not done so in, I think, 5 or 6 years, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 88 for some reason sticks out in my mind. So the program's been kind of having its lumps for a while there. So they come up here. They're a big team. If you can see them standing out there, and you can, look at the size of the guys they sent out as captains. Now, either they're the three biggest. Now, number 83 there is probably a normal-sized guy, but there's some big gentlemen across the field. So they're a team to watch out for. They're not going to do a lot of fancy stuff. You know, there's not a big offense here. They're basically just going to come at you. They're going to run the ball, throw a little bit, not known as a great passing team. That's not what they come in doing. You're not saying to yourself, we need to defend the pass to win, but they're a team that can give you a real headache if you don't watch them and you don't play tough every down.
And then Mount Carmel comes in here. They need 2 more wins and a little bit of luck on the side of Catasauqua, Pennsylvania, to make the District 11 championship game happen here at the Silver Bowl.
To be truthful with you, I'd like to explain to you how that would happen, but there's not a human being on the face of the earth right now that can tell you the set of circumstances that have to occur for these things to happen at the end of the season. The best thing is Big Red's got to beat Blue Mountain. They got to beat Towanda next week up in Canada somewhere where we're going. And then they've got to watch and see what happens because the teams that they've played previously, the same with Catasauqua, if somebody gets upset or somebody does something different, it'll change the points, and it's all up in the air. So you will not know where you'll play a district playoff game until after the Towanda game. And
unless Catasauqua would
lose.
And that would be the one.
Either one of these teams, if they or us lose, then yes, it goes there. But you're not thinking that's going to happen, certainly, and you're hoping it doesn't. If you're going to look at who's favored, Catasauqua is favored in both of their last 2 games. The same with Big Red. If you're going to just look at it that way, Wayne, obviously we're favored to beat Blue Mountain and Towanda. Towanda had only 1 win as of last week and had a really tough part of the first season, so you got to think you can come up there and beat them.
Well, Catasauqua is playing Northwest somebody up in that area, and they have a record that's maybe 500 also.
This one's underway. The kick from John Yastashak down to about the 6-yard line, fumbled there, picked up, taken around the right side, Dan Kalenic, and he's hit over there by the young Tornadoes. In on the tackle, initially 28, Denny Molisevich, 69, Yastashak there. Also number 5 in there, which was Vic Karnatsky, and number 83, Eric Higgins.
Well, it looks like number 29, Danny Malakowski's back. He was injured there for, I guess, about 4 games. He had a broke his
hand in a JV game. He came back last week and played some at Chickalimi last week.
Right.
He saw some limited action, I guess. Although they say he's 100%, so we'll expect to see him tonight as we did in the beginning of the season.
This one's the Nate Saucer off the right side. Big pressure from the Red Tornadoes over there. Sean Sheptalk, initial hit, and then helped out by number 52, Stash Puldanovich. Loss of about 1 yard for Blue Mountain. Blue Mountain comes in there with Mike Dresch, number 11 at quarterback. The flanker will be 32, Josh Miller. The tailback, 26, Nate Saucer, and the fullback, number 7, Doug Hendricks. Dresch, looks like there's a fumble on the play.
He still has it.
Did he get the ball to him? Okay.
Yeah, he still has it in there.
Handed off to the big fullback, number 7, Doug Hendricks.
Only picked 2 downs. He picked up 2 yards there. Again, this is like any game. This is the feeling out period now. We're going to see what defense we line up to according to their offense, and the same with our defense and their offense. So it's going to be a little feeling out to see what they do. What you're seeing them do running wise though is pretty much what you're going to see through the game. As I said, they're not a spectacular offensive team in that they run a lot of different plays and a lot of different sets and all, but they're steady and they'll come at you.
Blue Mountain from the split backs. Dretsch back to pass. Throws over to the right side on a screen pass. Good play to Saucer. Finds some running room down to about the 45, 50-yard line. Drugged down by the free safety, Joel Gonzalo, but a great call by the Blue Mountain coaches.
Oh, that was a great call. That was, and again, that's not a call you see so early in the game usually.
Especially down in
yeah, I mean, it's,
standing in your end zone.
That's more of a gutsy call than anything, and it worked great because you're trying to offset the great pass rush from Big Red. That's what he's trying to do, and now he has Big Red. You're going to think a little bit.
First down and 10 for the Blue Mountain Eagles from the 48-yard line.
They are a pretty big team. We're not seeing their weights here, are we? No, we don't. I guess we don't see them anywhere here. But they're a nice sized football team.
Dretsch with the quick handoff up the middle. Big tackle from Rohrbaugh, and also in there Joe Costello. Ball carried by Doug Hendricks. Gain of about 5 yards for the Eagles.
You guys, we were kidding about Shep Talk the other day in the was it the North Schuylkill game about him running. You know, and I knew he wasn't slow, and we were kind of busting him about slow. But you realize he's I think the second or third fastest kid on the team. There's 220 pounds, and he's the second or third fastest kid on this football team. That's amazing.
Dretsch looks like he changes the play on the line of scrimmage. And he's going to get called for a delay of game for that. But he was trying to audible off there, it looked like, Warren.
It's tough in high school to audible. It really is. Especially, it takes you so much time to see what's happening, you know, to see what you're doing there. You're usually out of the huddle a little bit later than you would in college and pros to start off with. So it cuts your time a little bit down even further. So you've got to really be seeing and knowing what you see instantly to audible a play like that.
Blue Mountain faced with a second down and 11, 9 minutes left in the first quarter. Number 83, Edson Cabbage split far left for the Eagles offense. This one's a quick handoff to Saucer off the right side. Good defense in there by the Red Tornadoes. Corey Hepler in there, also Scott Grady, and number 44, Sean Sheptock. Changing tackles right now. We're seeing on the defense from Mount Carmel, Bill Anderson in there, Jason Rohrbaugh, and Corey Hepler, and they seem to be switching back and forth right now.
Mm-hmm.
Third down and about 7. Tries the quick handoff to Saucer, and that one's read very nicely by number 70, Jason Rohrbaugh. Fourth down and 5 for the Eagles, and they'll be in a punting situation.
Except for the one big play. Now, offensively, they didn't do much. Except for the one play which picked up 40-some yards on a screen pass. Big Red's defense has shown what it has all year so far.
Punts in the air. It's wobbling to the right. Going to be taken by Veach. Fumbled by Veach on about the 4-yard line. Gonzalo in to cover it for the Red Tornadoes down on about the 2.
Ooh, good play by Gonzalez. My goodness. That ball, Brett was just trying to figure out what to do there. The thing was bearing down on him, and he just couldn't get a handle on it. Bounced right in front of him and came up so fast that he couldn't control it. Nice play by Gonzalo. Unfortunately, puts Big Red back.
Looks like about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, we're down by the extra point conversion line down there. So not the optimum place to start the game offensively for Big Red.
Gonzalo will be split far right. Joe Wargo split far left. Sean Sheptock, and this one goes to Sheptock up the middle. Initial hit made by number 50 from the Blue Mountain Eagles, which is Brad Baver.
He must be playing the middle linebacker spot. He played that perfectly. You see him fill the hole like that.
Yes.
Now, it's tough to get a piece of Sheptock at any given time, but, I mean, that was a nice play there.
Second down and 7 to go for the Red Tornadoes. Higgins with the inside handoff to Veach off the left side. Again, read nicely over there. Coming across the line of scrimmage was number 78 for the Eagles, Neil Ravitz.
Look at 78, the size of him. There's one large guy out there.
We have an official's timeout, it looks like, for equipment there. 78 working on his helmet.
78 and 70. I guess they're the two tackles. I can't see them where they line up at.
Covering the Red Tornado offense at center, number 55, Geary. 69 at the right guard, which is Yastashak. 78 at the right tackle, which is Baxi. 61 at left guard, Roland. And 77 at left tackle, Bill Anderson. Higgins, back to pass, looks at Gonzalo, hits him in the flat, finds room out to the 20, to the 25, and run out of bounds on about the 32-yard line. Good play from Higgins to Gonzalo.
Nice pass play, that really was. That's what Gonzalo has to look at there is, my goodness, he's not open that often probably the whole season anymore with double, triple coverages. That was surprising to let him get so far open like that.
Almost looked like they're just going to put a cornerback on him, doesn't it?
Well, if they do, they're going to be in serious trouble. They really are. You can't cover Gonzalo one-on-one. It just can't happen.
6:18 left in the first quarter. First down and 10 for the Big Red from about the 33-yard line. Higgins looks the pass again. Had an sort of like it was going to look at Gonzalo and throw to the left side, but a good play made by number 33, Matt Callahan. Second down and 11 for the Big Red, and they're in a passing situation right now, but that doesn't really mean the Big Red's going to pass, Warren.
No, I'm not calling those anymore. I've given up on calling those plays. I do not know how they think about that.
Gonzalo with a single coverage again, the safety moving up. Puts Wargo in motion, pitches around to the left side to Veach, finds some running room to about the 42-yard line, good for a first down on the 44-yard line.
Nice play.
Nice play. They moved everybody to the right and sent Vici to the left.
Yeah, they just keeping the Eagle defense off balance a little bit now. And my guess is if you're looking at the size of this group here, you definitely want to try to get to the outside of them. You know, well, I'm thinking that our speed's going to beat them on the outside. You're not going to go up the middle much. It doesn't seem they're solid up the middle.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. This one's to the middle, up to Sheptuck, but he breaks it off to the right side. Nice 5-yard gain by Sheptuck from the fullback position, tackled by 22, Jeremy Miller. Second and 5, the ball just a little bit over the mid-stripe.
You guys laughing. I almost sneezed there. I took the headphones off. It didn't happen. I got a sneeze scare there.
4:50 left in the first quarter. Big Red driving from their own 3-yard line. Higgins with the option. Read nicely by the Eagles on that play, and that one didn't get a start with number 33 breaking in, Matt Callahan. Good play by Callahan.
I think we better rethink the option on this one because either it broke down early or they read it really well, one or the other.
It didn't seem like there was a dive man going to the left side. It seemed like he went to the right. Brett went left, and it looked like Higgins was going left also.
That was not one of our better plays there.
Well, 33 is coming in. He seems to come in from like a middle linebacker position. He's just reading right up the middle. Higgins, straight drop back. Looks over the middle. Over the reaches or hit the hands of Gonzalo, but a little high, and then dropped by number 7, Nate Miller. So Mount Carmel faced with a 4th down.
He had an interception if he could have hung on to it. I'm having all kinds of problems here, and I don't know what it is. I still think I need to sneeze, but I haven't been able to do it yet.
This will put John Yastashak in punt formation for the Red Tornadoes. Number 7, Doug Hendricks will be back. Goes in the direction of Hendricks. Bounces on the 21-yard line and is covered over there by number 41, Dan Kolonek, and he had nothing to do but fall on the ball. It was either going to hit him in the feet or fall on the ball.
that was a gamble.
He was thinking about how he was going to try to jump over it, and then he thought, I just better fall on it.
I don't even know why he was around the ball.
First down and 10, Eagles from the 19-yard line. 3:56 left in the first. Dresch pitches back to Saucer. Around the right side, Hepler in there first, followed up by number 63, Grady, and also in there, number 21, Joe Wargo. Second down and about 13.
Is 78's defense and offense there.
Right. Rabbits.
He is one heck of a size of a kid out there. Look at him. I mean, he towers over everybody on both sides of the line of scrimmage.
Dresch sets the Eagles with one back, Saucer back there. This one's on the inside handoff, and that one goes nowhere to Hendricks. Corey Hepler in there, also number 70, Rohrbaugh, and number 52, Stosh Puldanovich.
Stoshman was in there.
Third down and 11 for the Eagles, and I think it's time the Bear try a screen pass again.
So far, it's the only success they've shown offensively. They're not running well at all offensively. Now
here's a change. They put trips left. Blue Mountain comes out with 3 flankers out to the left. Dresch going back. He's looking out to this side. Big rush up the middle from number
that's
31, Corey Hepler. Also, Mark Burns was in there, but Hep came right up the middle and took care of Dresch on about the 6-yard line.
Now, I'll tell you what you didn't see, though, now, what you're watching on this game, and I know the coaches saw it. When they went trips out there, one guy was left uncovered. Nobody covered him on our side of the ball. He was wide open, too.
Plus, the other thing, it looked like I wait until after the punt here.
Jason Weaver back to punt, taken by Gonzalo on about the 34-yard line, so not much of a punt, and covered nicely by the Red Tornadoes.
But their big halfback, Saucer, was left in the backfield to block, and standing from here, it looked like he was trying to break away into the flat for the pass. It looked like the quarterback was looking for him, but he was tied up in the onslaught of that rush.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the rush was great. That's good because you needed it, but they need to cover that trips formation better than they did. They really do.
Mount Carmel area takes over with great. Here's the pass to Gonzalo in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Great throw by Michael Higgins to Joel Gonzalo.
It doesn't get any prettier than that.
Wow, was that pretty. Well, they've had him single. They knew it. They read it from up here. There's nothing you could see, but that was going to be open.
You have to seriously question the coaches over there on a single coverage. You have to seriously wonder. There's not a team has done it since the beginning of the season. Why are you covering one of the premier receivers in the state one-on-one? And not only why are the coaching staff doing that, why put that kind of pressure on someone to cover them?
That's right.
It's just impossible. It
Great
really
throw
is.
from Higgins to Gonzalo. Yasishak in to attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. With 1:38 remaining in the first quarter, the score, Mount Carmel area 7, Blue Mountain Eagles 0.
I mean, certainly they can run that play all night if they want and probably hit it all night. They certainly need to change the defensive strategy a little bit as far as pass coverage, I think. I think they're going to be in trouble. I really do.
Well, in particular, if they're going to leave the one-on-one coverage. That safety, if you watch the safety, and everybody's been looking at it with us, the safety moves up. He actually comes up for a running play.
Yeah.
So they're leaving that one-on-one coverage there, which we haven't seen, as you said, for a long time, Warren, happen this year. Maybe never this year have they left Joel that wide open.
I don't think he's been single covered really all season. I really don't think so.
Coach Williams on the sideline as you see him here working up and down, watching his kickoff team get ready. 69, John Yasishak will kick off for the Red Tornadoes.
Good kick.
Kolinek takes it on about the 15-yard line. Big hit under the bottom of the pile was number 83, Eric Higgins. Also
amazing.
Helping out Vic Kornatsky in there. Down on the pile after the initial hit, 28, Denny Mulisevich. But big play by Higgins on that play.
The law firm is amazing. I'll tell you what, that half of the law firm is truly special teams. I'll tell you. He does not miss being the first one down there every time.
1:24 left in the first quarter. Big red on the scoreboard early here. Dresch hands off fullback. Big play by Sean Sheptalk on Doug Hendricks. Flag on the play.
First of the night. That was a pretty long time.
It was.
Minute 13 in the first quarter before you see our first flag. That's good. That's
a motion call against Blue Mountain Eagles.
Well, it looks at this point like that our defense is starting to read the offensive line quite well, and it's only the third series.
Right. Mount Carmel declines the penalty, so Blue Mountain faced with a 2nd down and 10. Ball right now on the 20-yard line. Twin receivers split left for Blue Mountain. Inside handoff to Saucer, going nowhere. Hit in there by Joe Costello, also Mark Burns, and getting up there off the bottom, number 63, Scott Grady.
The burn man's out there getting the unit ready.
Third down and about 8 yards to go. 32 seconds left in the first quarter. Again, Blue Mountain leaves Saucer in the backfield by himself. Dresch back to pass. Looks out in the flat. Hits number 32, makes a good move, and gets down for the first down to about the 45-yard line. Tackled by number 88, Joel Gonzalo. Josh Miller with the reception.
Well, I get done telling you that passing is not really the threat here, and the two biggest plays of the night are pass plays for the Eagles. So, once again, I've scouted them thoroughly and found that I know nothing about what they're going to do.
Well, right now they can't run the ball. There's no way. They've tried and they can't. We're just going to have to. They're regrouping and trying to go past. What they did there, they split everybody out. They did only have one back in the backfield, so they're not keeping anybody back to block. And that's the end of the first quarter. The score, Mount Carmel area 7, Blue Mountain 0.
I'm watching.
I want to say a special congratulations to Denise Kieski and Jill Waskavich. Both of those young women will be on their way to the state finals of the state cross country finals for girls. I believe that. Is that next week? That's the part I didn't know.
Probably next weekend.
Okay, next week. I didn't get that part of it, but I got the rest of it.
It's next week.
And I just want to say congratulations for those of you who have never seen cross country. It is truly one of the most brutal sports on earth, trying to run that distance for time all the time, and it's a lonely sport. You do it most of the time with no spectators and no one to see you do it. And Waskavich, of course, a senior, and Kieski, a sophomore, only going to state, so that bodes well for her career.
Dresch over the middle, misses, hits Jerry Miller in the hands, number 22, but he drops the ball. Second down and 10 for the Eagles.
You certainly did not scout them very well.
Yeah, and I do. I mean, the guy's all of a sudden a pinpoint passer
You're
here,
right.
and I'm playing tiddlywinks. Here we go again. I mean, he can't miss all of a sudden, and I'm calling him not a very. And I'm only telling you what I'm seeing and reading.
You don't have to apologize.
Well, but I mean, a passing attack isn't what they're coming in here with. You know, I mean, some teams you go in there and you
right.
fear the passing attack. This team is not a known passing team. It runs the ball mostly.
Well, they're set up to pass again right here.
Thank you.
Dresch back to pass. Big rush this time,
Nice
and he's
play,
bowled
Corey.
over. Corey was in first, Corey Hepler, but then helping over on that side was number 52, Stash Puldanovich, and number 70, Jason Rohrbach.
Hepman made a very good tackle
Didn't
there.
he really?
One of those shoestringers, you know.
He dove for his feet. Looking for the heel to come up, slap it, and trip him up.
That's the way it works. And Hepler, you know, he's
on a roll.
He's come on this season from the beginning to the end, and he's gotten steadily better until he's truly an awesome force now. And not to say that he wasn't, but I mean, it seems like he just improves with every game as you watch him, and you can see it, you know, in his play right away.
Third down and 15, split backs for the Blue Mountain Eagles. Back to pass, big rush from Burns. Looks at the screen pass, and that one doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, now that was a smart play by that kid. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He almost caught that thing for the loss, and then he thought, nah, I'm going to let this one hit the ground. But that was a heads-up play
Great
on
defense
his
by
part.
Mount Carmel. They rushed
Oh,
two
yeah.
guys and left other people come over for the screen. So good read by the Mount Carmel defense. Can't pull it off on them twice.
That was a good play.
And the thing about Corey, he's been playing hurt for the last 3
Yes,
weeks
he
or
has.
so.
Yes,
you know,
he has.
Jason Weaver in the punt for Blue Mountain. This one's going to bounce between Gonzalo and Veach. Rolls down to about the 16-yard line and will be downed on the 15-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 15-yard line.
You're good with the kicking. This kid must be kicking, though. Funny. You see how he's confusing him back there. He must be spinning on the ball or something that you see, that's 3 times now that they've kicked, and 3 times we've had trouble judging where it was going or what to do with it.
Well, the thing you do, either you get back a little bit further and you pick it up on a bounce, or you get in a little bit closer and catch it in the air, one or the other. It's just that short. The kick is that short that it's falling so close to the receivers.
Higgins hands off to Veach. Around the left side, Big pressure there, an initial hit by number 50 from the Blue Mountain Eagles, Brad Baver.
You notice where I found that, Bob. I found that one area of expertise that Frenchie does have in football, and I immediately let him just run with it.
Other than explosives. That is true.
I couldn't let it go. I'm sorry. It just had to come out.
10-13 left in the first half. 2nd down and 9 for the Red Tornadoes. Higgins back to pass. Looks at Gonzalo. Gets him in the flat. Gain of about 5 yards there. Makes a nice move and gains 2 more yards up to about the 24-yard line. That'll be about a yard short of a first down.
Gonzo made one of those spin moves and almost picked the first down up with it.
Right.
His mother taught him that spin move. We heard that in the car last week. And she wasn't bragging or boasting. She just merely let it slip, on the way that she has taught him the move after the catching the ball. Jose taught him the catch, and she taught him what to do after he catches it. So they're covered.
3rd down and 1. Costello comes into the backfield. Going to go behind Costello and Sheptalk to Veach, and that'll be a first down after about a 2-yard gain.
It's going to be one of those kind of grinded out games, it looks like, not 4 ton of excitement going by, just sort of a go at you and slowly but steadily, get on the scoreboard and win the game.
Higgins back to pass. Looks at Gonzalo in the flat again. Hits him after about a 1 or 2 yard gain, and if they keep the cornerback coming up like that,
yeah,
Joel's going to beat him.
He made a nice play. He did.
Well, they've gone
what's his name?
twice.
Number 7 is Hendricks.
Hendricks, right.
Yeah, nice play that time. He did play him well, but he's going to get hurt doing that because.
Well, it's the second time he's done it now.
He
They've done that twice, right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing he can do about it. You're covering an excellent receiver, and you cannot
with speed.
Yeah, with speed, which you just can't let that kid out there by himself.
Plus, again, they're not double covering Gonzalo. This one's going to go up to Sheptalk up the middle. A lot of coverage in there by Blue Mountain. They're just running that real tight in there, and they're saying to Mount Carmel either go outside or pass.
Well,
Zach Schaefer in on the tackle, also helping out in there, number 78, Ravitz.
Now, this is a time of the year where Mount Carmel area you're looking at is looking at a district playoff.
Right.
So now Coach Williams has a decision to make here. Can he handle the Eagles on the ground? Does he think he can win this game without having to show every offensive formation and play we have to do it?
Higgins rolls, looks downfield, big rush in there by the Eagles, and tackle made by number 70 from the Eagles, Zach Schaefer. 4th down for the Red Tornadoes.
Back off.
7:36 left in the first half.
Now we're having an argument with the crew now.
Gassishak with
turn
the
ugly.
punt. Good spiral punt taken by Hendricks on about the 46, still on his feet, and finished off by number 22. Looks like 27 in there,
Evans.
Dave Evans.
Evman. I'll tell you what, now 7, this Hendricks kid is a sharp player. I like him. That kid shows you a lot out there in the field. He's someone to watch.
First down and 10 Eagles from the 49-yard line, their own 49-yard line. 7:12 left in the first half. Mount Carmel area in the lead, 7-0. Dresch tries it up the middle of the saucer, going nowhere. Big hit in there from number 41, Costello. Also 44, Sheptalk, and 31, Corey Hepler.
That was a strange formation.
Yeah.
The two guys on the right over here, the two halfbacks, they came over to this side, halfback and a fullback, I guess, and they were standing next to each other.
Yeah, that may not have been the right formation maybe for the play. I'm not sure what they did there. When did they take the Eagles off their helmets? Was that was the year before last, or the wings or whatever they were on there? Remember, these looked like the Eagles only with blue and white.
Dresch backs the pass, looks on the fly pattern. Covered nicely over there by number 27, Dave Evans. Good play from the right cornerback of the Red Tornadoes.
Evans is another kid. We're just talking about Hepler. Evans is a kid now. Look at him every game until the point where, you're looking at the quality receiver, cover receiver guy. I mean, he covers them Everybody. Doesn't matter. He's right there. He's not fooled. Nothing happens to him that he's out of position. And I'll tell you what, on defense of all the positions, they all take skill. That position there takes one load of skill to be able to stay with the quickest guy out there in the best hands and all. He's doing an outstanding job. He really is.
3rd down and 9 for the Eagles. Dresch fakes up the middle, looks over, really quick pass to the tight end. Run down by number 88, Joel Gonzalo, and in on the reception, number 88, Brad Goalie. Got it.
You got her, huh?
The goalie
Show
caught
me
it.
that one now. Come on, where do you find him at?
Okay.
Where are you at here? Goalie. I might say I'm not sure about the LE. I don't know if you say the LE or say silent. It could be goal.
Could be goal.
Could be goal, which is appropriate for this time of the year.
Well, goalie
Or
almost.
Goal or goal.
Goalie almost scored a goal. 1st down and 10 for the Eagles from the 21-yard line. Dresch gives it to Saucer. Up the middle. Couple missed tackles there and brings it down to about the 14-yard line. Finished off by Mark Burns, number 59. Also getting up there was, missed the number. Looked like Casty, maybe 41.
Castman.
2nd down and 3 for the Eagles. 5:42 left in the first half. Blue Mountain driving. Mount Carmel in the lead by 7. Hendricks goes in motion for the Eagles, gives it to Saucer, runs right into Stosh Pulinovic.
That's a classic. Now, Stoshman didn't think he had the ball, but he knocked him down anyway, right? He knocked him down anyway, looked for the ball, only to find out that he knocked the ball carrier down. Now, that's defense when you can do that. He just shoved him to the ground and thought, here comes the ball carrier, and he was the ball carrier.
He was going after the quarterback.
Now, that's defense when you can do that.
Well, timeout for a measurement here. 5:09 left in the first half. First down for the Eagles from about the 12-yard line. So Blue Mountain still capable of making a first down on this series before a touchdown.
You've noticed the intensive work the film crew is involved in here tonight. We're really going at it tonight. All 3 cameras rolling tonight. ABC doesn't have 3 camera coverage on a Monday night.
Blue Mountain up to the line of scrimmage. This one's going to Saucer off the left side. Big rush from the Red Tornadoes. Costello in there first. Puldinovich helping out. Also Joe Wargo, 21, 70, Jason Rohrbaugh. And on the bottom of the pile, number 31, Corey Hepler.
Actually, the only 2 people not in on that play were Gonzalo and Veach because they were covering the receivers. They're the only 2 guys that really didn't get a touch of him on that play. He got hit by pretty much every other red helmet on the field.
2nd down and 9 for Blue Mountain. Dresch on the option, pitches back to Saucer, makes a nice cut at about the 10-yard line and brings it down to about the 6-yard line. Tackled by Hepler and also in there Stosh Puldinovich.
That time they ran away from the tight end side with the option, which is what surprised us, I think, a little bit. They came kind of naked out there with the option.
And it was defensed well to the outside, Wayne and Warren, but he made a great cut.
Yeah, he did.
Back up to the middle.
Sheppy did stop him from getting around the end. He did cut him back up inside.
Yeah, that's how the option hurts you, though, where you give the option. You get the option of keeping it or giving it to the ball carrier, but he also has the option then of looking down the field further than he would otherwise and picking a slot to go with. You're not going to. The reason it's funny that they run it that way, they run it naked. They put the strong formation opposite them, but then they come this way. But what they're saying there is that they're going to try to get around Veach with the speed. Now you're not going to do that. You can't come around the corner with him. He's going to catch you. But you can cut back inside of him and hope that nobody's coming. Now Shepdog came over and filled that hole in. But it's just funny they would move to the speediest guy on the field probably to try to make that play.
Now, everything I've read about Saucer and talking to some other people, that he will hurt you if you give him enough room and give him enough time. He's not going to break it for any big ones, but he's going to pick you apart. And you can see that's their bread and butter man right now. He's carried the ball probably about 75% of the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's really doing the bulk of the work right now.
Mike Dresch brings the Eagles up to the line of scrimmage. They put Hendricks in motion with Saucer in the backfield. He's going to throw. Looks coming across, and a good play made by Dave Evans, and now we have a flag on the play.
They're going to call Evans, I guess, for interference is what they're saying.
Well, from where we were here, it was good.
That was real close, guys. Real close.
Interference called against the Red Tornadoes, and it's tough when the official from the backside of that play makes the call.
Yeah, you wonder how he sees it when he's in back of it like that, because the other guy was looking right at it and didn't do anything.
Right. Well, this will be a big change of events here for the Red Tornadoes. Blue Mountain will take over first down and goal to go from the 4-yard line. 3 minutes and 53 seconds left in the first half. And Mount Carmel area has to do some stiff defense here with 4 yards to go. Dresch, handoff to number 44, the ball carrier, which is Jason Weaver. They brought Weaver in at a fullback spot along with number 41, Dan Kolenik, and they're going with the 3 backs. That one's down to about the 2-yard line.
Well, it's test time now for Big D. This is the toughest part of the field, and they as I said, they got some big bodies down there. I'm surprised they're not going to go right where 78 is. I mean, all he's going to do is get one step off there, and then they're going to be able to move in with him. Look at the size of him.
This time they go to 44. Big play by Sheptalk and also number 41, Joe Costello. And they gave him a touchdown. Unbelievable. From our vantage point here, it wasn't even close. Costello hit him long before he crossed the plane of the goal, but touchdown, Blue Mountain Eagles. 3:14 left in the first half, and Blue Mountain has put one up there quick.
Well, now, you know, this is what we discussed earlier. You let a team like this in the game, and they're going to be in the game, and they might be in the game to when you don't want them in the game anymore.
Jason Weaver in to attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. With 3:14 remaining in the first half, the score, Mount Carmel area 7, Blue Mountain 7. Going over the officials for tonight's game, Nelson Ulshafer is from Jim Thorpe. Jim Strubinger is from Jim Thorpe. George Tack is from Lehighton. George McIntyre from Lansford. And Joe Greco from Nescahoning, Pennsylvania. So we're seeing the
up in the valley up
easternmost
there.
district of District 11.
That's exactly
officials here tonight.
That's where they came from. They're all up from there.
Number 44, Jason Weaver, will kick off for the Blue Mountain Eagles.
Jim Thorpe with a big win last night. Last week you guys are reading these 2 guys from Jim Thorpe. What a team. The Olympians. What a nickname.
This is sort of an onside squibber. Picked off by number 32, but you cannot get it in the air. It's an interference call. You interfered with the back, allowing him to catch the ball. So this will be Mount Carmel area's ball.
I'll tell you what, excellent play, because when that kid went after the tee to kick the ball, it looked like he was going deep.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right.
That was a great play by the kicker.
And here comes a coach right out on the field for Blue Mountain. You're not allowed to catch it in the air, Coach.
Ooh. 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 He's definitely having his say out there now. That's what you call having your say.
He doesn't know the rule.
Shortly, he's going to have his say with 15 yards if he doesn't get his butt back on the sideline, but he is having his say right now.
Mount Carmel area comes over. I think there's probably a timeout called here. It looks that way.
Well, probably official.
It's an interference call against the Blue Mountain Eagles.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be a timeout there. It's just now they're just marking it off, I guess. Although there are 2 referees over with the Blue Mountain coach. They're just they're deciding. Okay, now I'm not sure if we're deciding to re-kick it or what we're doing here. That may be what the question is too. I've never seen this call, so I really don't know what the discussion would be. I never saw anybody do that before.
Well, here
it looks to me they're going to re-kick.
It's going to be marked off as a 15-yard penalty against the Blue Mountain Eagles, and they will have to kick off from the 25-yard line. Big change of events.
See, what I'm wondering though is, do they have to, or did we want them to?
I would think they have to, because I don't think you want them to try an onside kick. You don't want them to try that again.
No,
The ball would
no. What I'm saying is, do we have a choice here?
No.
No, we don't have a choice.
I don't. No.
Okay.
We never had the ball.
No.
Okay. So it has to be a re-kick.
Right,
Okay.
it has to be re-kick.
All right. That's what I was wondering. I never saw anybody do that, so I wasn't sure how they would call that.
I mean, excellent call by their coach.
Oh
I mean, that was
You got to give him credit
In
there.
fact, I'll tell you what. If the poor boy would have realized that he couldn't catch the ball,
Yeah.
he had 2 other men right behind him to pick up the fumble. You know, Blue Mountain would have had 3 people around the ball
Right.
to our
When it hit the ground, yeah. And
Kickoff is a squibber this time along the ground. Through the hands of Dave Evans, picked up by Brett Veach on about the 25-yard line. Brings it back up the middle. Now breaks it around and a run down nicely from the Eagles on that play. Looks like number 33 on the play for Blue Mountain, which was Matt Callahan.
That'd be 23.
Was it 23?
Who's 23 here? Is there a 20?
23 is Bill Ruff.
I believe that was him, wasn't it? Somebody came out of there like a bullet. I mean, there was some speed there to cut the angle like that. But I'm guessing it was.
Well, 33 is that he's playing like in the 4, he's playing the end over there, and I thought he stayed on, but I'm not sure.
I didn't see
Higgins pitches back to Veach around the right side. 251, big play by the Eagles defense, and they're just not going to let us go outside. They're going to play for us to go outside and up the middle.
Well, it's sort of, I'll tell you what, depending on what we line up, in the first quarter they were in a 5 defense. Now it looked like they were in a 4-4.
Right.
That's what they looked like they jumped into.
Second down and 12 for the Red Tornadoes. 2:30 left in the first half. Timeout. Sean Sheptalk comes off on this play, and he looks hurt on the play.
I'm trying to see. He's either holding his arm or his hand there.
It's like his arm.
Second down and 13. Higgins back to pass. Straight drop back. Looks at Gonzalo. Oh, dropped on about the 34-yard line. Will be faced with a 3rd down and 12 for the Red Tornadoes.
We look kind of out of sync, you know what I mean? It's like we're not jiving here to get everything going. No mesh on the offensive side of the ball at all right now. Sheptalk out, which would bring Castman into the backfield as the fullback now with Brett behind him.
Higgins hands off to Veach on the draw play.
Ooh.
Good read by number 88 in there for Blue Mountain, which is Brad Goley.
You know, Brett's out there shaking his head because he would have got past 88. He scored a touchdown.
Right.
And he just didn't get past 88.
And he was actually down on the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
He was going down, and then he just reached an arm out and grabbed Brett's ankle.
Yeah, I mean, 88 saves a
Jastrzak in the
touchdown.
punt. Big rush. Gets the punt away. It bounces on about the 44-yard line. Still rolling. Gets a good roll in the Blue Mountain territory on about the 42-yard line. First down and 10, Blue Mountain. 1:46 left in the first half.
Now, I'd have to say that control of the game now is starting to slide into the Blue Mountain side now. Coaching-wise, they're pulling out all the stops. They're not letting anything go by. They're trying to catch us by surprise. They're doing a couple things I guess we're not ready for or we didn't think they would do.
There's the kickoff. The last punt, they pulled back. Actually, John could have ran the ball on the last punt.
Mike Dresch in with split backs for Blue Mountain. Gives it to the second back through, which is Saucer. And he's hit by number 21, Joe Wargo. Also number 63, Scott Grady, after about a 3-yard gain.
Now
Second down and 8.
Now this punt here, they left the 2 ends released, and they came right after ESD. And the referee down there did call tip ball.
Oh, did he?
Yes,
okay,
he
I didn't
did.
see that. We were lucky then on this.
Yes.
Minute left to go in the half. I don't think this is the way Big Red had this one scripted for tonight.
Hendricks goes in motion to the right side. Dresch is going to go back to pass. Looks at the back coming across the middle. Makes the reception on about the 45-yard line. Veach tried for the reception or for the interception, but number 32, Josh Miller, cut across for the first down in the Mount Carmel territory at the 45-yard line. 46 seconds left in the first half. Blue Mountain in their hurry-up offense with Dresch calling the plays. Back to pass, quick drop, looks over the middle again. hits number 22 this time coming across, which is Jeremy Miller.
Same play. That's exact play. Different guy,
different
but same
guy.
play.
Right.
Hurry up offense
that's
going.
The same play that they ran down on the goal line down there.
Right, exactly.
To
Yeah.
shield Evans, and that's
Clock.
all they're doing. They're just coming straight across the middle.
Clock stopped to move the chains. Hendrick goes in motion to the left. Ball on the 35. Dresch on the option. Pitches around to Saucer. He's going to try to get it out of bounds, and he does on about the 26-yard line. Knocked out of bounds by 44, Sean Sheptock. This gives Blue Mountain a time to call a play with 19 seconds remaining in the first half.
Now, I'm wondering if they're thinking field goal. If they can get another 20 yards or so, they might. Maybe they're thinking field goal here. I'm not sure what they kick or not. To tell you the truth.
I'll tell you what, they only have to get maybe another 10 yards. They just have to get down to about the 15 because it looked like he had enough of leg when he kicked the extra point that he could kick a good field goal.
He did. Yeah, but sometimes if you've never done it, I don't know if they've done that this year. If they've lined up, it makes it a little bit different that way. And sometimes you play it like you played a team like North Schuylkill. The word with North Schuylkill was you put them down there, they're going to kick it. They're going to go for 3 points. They're confident they'll do it. Other teams, you may put them on the 20-yard line or 15-yard line and stall them, and they never go back to kick a field goal. So it's just it's a philosophy of a team sometimes what decides whether you do or not, and the personnel. Now this guy might be a great extra point kicker, but maybe he's never done field goals. Maybe he's never kicked one, and then in that case you think twice about sending him out. So I don't know how they feel about it here. We haven't heard much on that from the coaching staff.
Well, Blue Mountain will be faced with a second down and 1 yard to go. They're not worried about that 1 yard though, Warren. They're worried about the next 25 yards.
They're not going to pick. They're not going to pick up a first down here. That's for sure. They're trying to.
19 seconds left on the clock in this first half. One lone back, Saucer. They put Hendricks in motion over to the right side. Dresch back to pass. Looks this time to Miller. And we have flags on the play, and we're going to get an interference call again.
Now I'll tell you what, there's a call. He set everybody up. Three first downs in the last 30 seconds down the field. Cut straight across the middle, 5 to 7 yards. Now all of a sudden we're doing a Z out.
Right.
We're down. We get the defender sucked in, and all of a sudden we head for the corner of the field.
13 seconds left in the first half. This one will be a penalty against the Red Tornadoes. And from the 25-yard line should be half the distance to the goal.
Now this is where you start thinking about whether they kick the field goal, and they are.
No, not yet. That's number 22 coming in, Jeremy Miller.
No,
He's a
I was
receiver.
going to say they are in range.
Sorry.
But they have 13 seconds left, so I would say one more play here before they make a decision on whether they want to do this or not.
I think they have one more timeout left, too.
13 seconds. My guess is they're going to go into the end zone here. They're certainly, they have momentum is on their side, absolutely.
Number 32 split far to the left, Josh Miller. They've been going at him. Dresch goes up the middle to Saucer. Good play by 44, Sean Sheptock, and 70 in there, which was Jason Rohrbaugh. Timeout called by Blue Mountain with 8 seconds left, and here they come. The field goal team now getting ready to come on for the Blue Mountain Eagles.
Well, I'll tell you what, they managed the clock well. They did all the right things and aided by a big penalty at the end there. But, yeah, they're going to kick a field goal. That's what they're looking to do.
That must have been their last timeout?
Yes, I'm sure it is. I'm sure that's the last one
Right.
now. Yeah, that's the third one.
Now, if that's your last timeout and you're sending your field goal team in, why would you – I don't understand. Why would you run to the right side of the field? You think you'd run to the left to get the ball centered in the field?
I thought he was supposed to go right and then cut it back. That's what it looked like. But he got hit so quickly by Sheptock that he had to stay out there. I mean, that was what I saw in the play. Like they were going to try to get it back to the center of the field. The other thing is, Wayne, some kickers, maybe he's better from the right side. Maybe that's his favorite spot to kick from, and they put it right there for him. But anyway, it's going to be a 25-yard field goal.
That was good.
Well, we were trying to see some numbers down there, and I wasn't sure where they were spotting the ball. So I'm not sure if this is another timeout or if the same timeout is going on.
No, Mount
That's
Carmel.
probably our time.
Well, it's a real interesting game here, guys.
It's a lot more interesting than Big Red one that I'm sure. I'm sure they didn't want to be this interested at the halftime. And when they get into the locker room, I'm sure their interest level is going to rise dramatically. So I know they didn't want to be doing this now. I mean, conceivably, they're looking at going in here 3 points down, which is not something they're used to doing this year.
And we certainly did see about 5 years ago, Bob, when we went up to Blue Mountain.
Oh, my gosh.
What happened?
Remember the
with
last
4
play?
seconds,
Right.
4 seconds left. We were winning the game.
And actually, we're,
Oh.
I guess, all of us happy right here that it's happening at the end of the half rather than the end of the game. In the kick for the extra or the field goal, number 44, Jason Weaver. It is a fake, and there's flags on the play. Good coverage by the Red Tornadoes, though. The receivers that were out there, all of them were covered.
Tell you what, there's not a whole lot that the Eagles haven't done so far in their first half. There's not much left in football that you don't do.
This one's an offside called against the Red Tornadoes.
Oh, man. And now they're going to go for the touchdown. They're sending the team in.
This will give Blue Mountain a second down and, they have 2.5 yards to go, but 4 yards to get into the end zone. 7 seconds left on the clock. 7-7, score tied here, Mount Carmel area and Blue Mountain.
7 seconds left, you're going to see the slant play.
You think?
Pass.
You think?
I bet. How much? 50 cents.
50 cents, you're on.
32, Josh Miller split far to the left.
I could borrow the 50 cents if I have to.
22, Jeremy Miller split to the right. And
Official stand. What are we doing now?
I think he wants more seconds on there.
he put it back up to 8 seconds. There was a second ran off the clock there on the extra point. Hendricks at the wing position. Dresch back to pass. Looks over in the corner of the end zone. Defense nicely by 27, Dave Evans, but still 4 seconds left on the clock. So now Blue Mountain with a third down and 2 yards to go for a first down, 4 yards to go for a touchdown will go for the field goal.
There's a lot of things happening in the last 10 seconds. There's about 5 different things happening out here. There's more happening now than in the whole first half.
Number 22, Jeremy Miller will hold, and 44, Jason Weaver in to attempt the field goal. Kicks up. And it's good. And that's the end of the first half. The score, Mount Carmel area 7, Blue Mountain Eagles 10. We'll be back with Warren and Jose's halftime stats in 1 moment. Back here to start the second half, and we have the halftime statistics through Warren by way of Jose.
Always by way of Jose. I just really pick them up. In the rushing department, Mount Carmel area rushed the ball 12 times for a total of 20 yards. When have you seen that last, guys? Passing, we were 4 of 6 for 67 yards and 1 touchdown. We had 4 first downs. Individually, Veach ran the ball 6 times for 20 yards. Sheptock 3 for 10.
He's missing that.
Gonzalez had 4 receptions for 67 yards. Blue Mountain in the rushing rushed the ball 21 times for 38 yards. Not much better than us. But they did pass 5 of 9 for a whopping 107 yards in the first half alone.
And 2 interference calls.
And 2 interference. They had 6 first downs. Now, what a little tidbit that Jose gives me. Last week was his son's 100th. Did he tell me the one?
Joel Gonzalez.
What catch would it be, though? What mark did he just got done telling? Well, all right, let me just do you Higgins for now, and I'll tell you that one next week. That happened in the last game, which we weren't doing, so that's why I'm screwed up here. But Higgins' TD pass was the 44th TD pass, and it ties him with Joe Buczynski. The next completion, the first completion of, I see what we're doing. The first completion of the game was his 300th of his career. Okay. That also occurred in this game. So that's what he's telling me now. If he throws a touchdown pass, he will break the all-time mark set by Buczynski. So that's another in a string of honors for Higgins and, of course, Gonzalo.
Well, we're back to start the second half, and one amazing statistic there that you showed us, Warren, that we talked about up here from the booth. You can't score if you don't have the ball, and we had the ball half of the times that Blue Mountain had the ball.
Yep. But 20 yards, I think that's probably the lowest we've been held offensively this year. So.
Nope. Number 44, Jason Weaver, will kick off for the Eagles. End over end kick. Drives down and hits on about the 1 yard line. Has to be picked up by Evans on the 1 to the 5. Up to the 8 yard line and only out to the 11 yard line. So Mount Carmel will have to start deep in their own end. That was just a line drive kick, went through and over everybody.
Well, we haven't solved the kick problem. We have not fielded a kick right here the whole game. So whatever it is that he's doing or we're doing, it just isn't our night for fielding kickoffs and punts.
I'll tell you what, that is a weird kick. It doesn't even turn
no
over
spin,
end
no end over end. It just sort of has a funny wobble going down the field. Mount Carmel area takes over first down and 10. Big important first down series here for the Big Red. This is the pitch back to Veach, bringing it out around the left side. Finds some running room out to about the 13-yard line. Good pursuit by the Eagles. Second down and about 7 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. Eric Higgins into the game for Corey Hepler at tight end. Gonzalo and Wargo split far right for the Red Tornadoes. Higgins to Veach, off the right side, finds it, cuts it back up the middle and gains only about 2 yards in there, blocking up the middle. Number 70 from Blue Mountain, which is Zach Schaefer.
It's going to be interesting to see what we did at halftime here. Now, obviously, we're going to adjust something here. We look flat to start off with. We don't look like we're out there, tearing anybody's head off. But we need to be able to do something a little bit different offensively to counter what they're doing defensively. And they're changing their defenses a little bit as they go, which is probably confusing us some.
Pitch back to Veach, going to come around the left side, finds running room out to about the 26-yard line. Mount Carmel will have a first down and 10. That little burst of speed at the end, Wayne.
I'll tell you why. When you see, you think he's going to be tackled 5 yards, 6 yards back from where he ends up. You have 3 defenders coming down on top of him, and all of a sudden he breaks the corner and he's picking up extra yardage for you.
Great block by Sheptock. Great block that time by Sheptock.
Veach goes in motion, leaves Sheptock the lone back. This one's coming to Sheppy up the middle, and he gains about 5 yards right behind Geary, the center, also Yastashak and Roland, the guards. Mount Carmel faced with a second down and 6.
Now again, if you look at their defense, they're lining up 4 men. 4 men on a line. They're putting 3 linebackers back, and they're covering everybody else. And if you look at the line, take a look at the gaps that they're leaving in between.
Higgins to Sheptock, up the middle again. Big hit by number 40 from the Blue Mountain Eagles, Jim Rossi, from his middle linebacker position, Wayne.
Well, again, if you look there, the nose guard was on Geary's right side, and their defensive tackle, was on the outside shoulder of our tackle. We ran into the gap. We ran into the right spot, but the linebacker filled the hole right away.
Third down and 5 yards to go. 9:47 left in the third quarter. Blue Mountain in the lead, 10-7. Higgins back to pass. Quick pass. Looks at Gonzalo. In and out of his hands on about the 48-yard line. Fourth down and 5 for the Red Tornadoes.
Well, we're not in any better sync now when we come out than we went in. Things still look pretty dull in the old offense right now. And being 3 points behind, you get these guys, they know they're in the game. They know they can win the game now. Now you're going to have to really fight your way through to win this thing. And you lose this thing now,
right,
with the way things are. And
Yastashak back to punt. Blue Mountain drops back and sets up. It's an end-over-end wobbling down to the 35-yard line. It'll be covered there by Mark Burns. Blue Mountain takes over first down and 10 from the 35.
But there's a play, that last play, pass to Joel. Double covered.
Yeah.
There's a play that Mount Carmel could come back with because Corey Hepler was wide open cutting across the center,
Interesting game so far.
9:16 left in the third quarter.
But we just don't seem to have the intensity here. More than anything, we lack the intensity.
Blue Mountain sets up, pitches back to Saucer going around the left side. Big play by Jason Rohrbaugh in there. He was the initial man in, and then everybody else in to help out. Scott Grady, Mark Burns. But a good play by Rohrbaugh from the tackle position.
Yeah, PennDOT's setting up a work crew there. I can see it. They're gonna get the area coned off now.
Boy, that's an amazing spot on the ball. They only gave him a 1-yard loss, and they tackled him about 3 yards back.
Sometimes you have those things.
2nd down and 11 for the Eagles.
Now that ball had too much air on it, though. He left it up in the air too long that time.
Good defensive series by the Red Tornadoes that time.
Oh yeah. Well, the defense has to keep him in it until the offense could make a move here, one way or the other.
Jason Weaver in the punt. Snaps back, kicks away. It's another short. Well, this one's going long. He got spin on that one. It's down on about the 15. Picked up by Veach on the 10. Finds some running room, brings it up to the 15. Good block. Now he found some running room at the 40. He's at the 50. Number 44 fell down. Veach is going in for the touchdown. Number 44 fell down, and they called a clip on Eric Higgins. It was not a clip. He fell down. The officials saw him fall and called a clip. A bad call by the officials. Mike Boyer, number 76, was there also, but that was a bad call by the officials. He just fell. This is going to be a clipping call against the Red Tornadoes. It'll be from the spot of the foul, which is the 48-yard line.
Tough call. Tough call.
What a great run by Brett Veach. Some great blocking
blocks.
downfield on the 20, and there was one block on the 20-yard line, Warren. I couldn't pick up who it was. He took 2 Blue Mountain players out at the same time.
Yeah, it was. And you know, sometimes when the ball goes over your head, you get confused. You get straight. Yeah. I'm trying to say the play gets strange, and that's when you score a touchdown. You think that's when you wouldn't, but that's always when you do. Everybody's all in the wrong lanes now. Everybody's looking at the ball, and boom, that's when you kick open.
Wargo goes in motion, and so does 44 Sheptalk, and this will be a 5-yard penalty against the Red Tornadoes. 7:53 left in the third quarter. Beautiful run back by the Red Tornadoes.
Tell you, this is going to be on the ugly reel so far for offense of the year, I think. This has got to be the worst offensive game we've seen.
Eric Higgins split far to the right. Gonzalo goes in motion to the right. From the shotgun, Mike Higgins back to pass. Rolls to his right. Takes the ball and tucks it up to the 32-yard line, and that'll be back close to the original line of scrimmage.
They're getting a nice pass rush.
Second down and 10, 7:46 left in the third. Blue Mountain in the lead, 10-7.
We need to hit the quick ones, though, I think, is what we need to do here. Or maybe a screen pass to lighten these guys up a little bit.
Higgins going to roll to the right. Looks at Hepler, gets him, and first down, maybe. It depends where the referee spots the ball.
He should have it. The big man was trying to make a cut there, and you can't swing that weight around like that so fast like he did. But nice play by Hepler.
Great play from Higgins to Hepler, and both defenders went with Gonzalo and left Corey Hepler open over on the right side. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 44-yard line.
Now, if he would have had Pucci's ankles, he could have cut like that. But see, that's what separates it.
Higgins going from the shotgun. Looks at Gonzalo on the fly. Oh, interference all the way.
There it is.
And they got the call on the play. I mean, both defenders interfered.
Yeah, he got. That's a rare case where 2 guys actually interfered at the same time there. They weren't playing favorites there.
Right now, the officials talk it over with captain of the Red Tornadoes, Sean Sheptalk. It is an interference call against Blue Mountain Eagles.
This makes me wonder, though, Wayne, why do you think at the beginning of the game they single covered them, and now they're double covering them every time now? What would be the strategy you think for the single coverage in the beginning? Was
somebody woke up over there.
okay?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Was a lack of strategy in the beginning then? All right.
Basically, no, because you take a look at the backfield that we put out on the field. You got Costello, Sheppy, Wargo, and you got Veach back there. Someone's got to cover there also looking for the run. If you I still say, if you double cover one guy, someone's got to be open.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You got one less man covering or keying on someone else. So.
But it just seemed odd. It really did. I'm sorry, Bob.
That's okay.
I'm still trying to figure out why they did it. Now they seem to be having so much success with a double coverage, yet you don't know why they would have just not done that to start off with and went from there.
Equipment timeout on the field for Blue Mountain Eagles, trying to get a helmet back together on number 33, Matt Callahan.
They must have bought faulty helmets. Must have bought seconds, because that's the third or fourth helmet problem they've had tonight.
7:20 left in the third. Again,
kidding.
Again going from the shotgun formation. Higgins back to pass. Big rush this time, but Michael's going to take the ball around the left side. Knocked out of bounds by Hendricks on about the 31-yard line. Doc Jeff Greco gives him a pat.
After he got knocked down, he gave him a pat. Jeff took a hit in the sidelines that time.
Second down and about 6 inches to go for the Red Tornadoes. The ball right about on the 30-yard line. We're going to take an official's timeout for a measurement. So my 6 inches, maybe it was a bad call. Might be a first down.
I'm staying with you, Bob. There I have it. I'm staying with you. And whenever we can't even see it down there anyway. It's hard when they're all standing in front down there. You can never see where it is.
7:14 left in the third quarter.
Well, we're showing a little bit of offensive click here now. We look like we know what we're doing. Everybody's on the same page again, and we're making some movement down the field. But we were truly in the dumper there for a while offensively. We couldn't get anything rolling, and it wasn't just one guy. I think all 11 could pretty much point a finger at themselves and say we're not getting the job done here.
Second down and inches for the Red Tornadoes. Sheptalk and Veach in the backfield. Higgins back to pass.
Oh.
Gonzalo bumped and knocked down. Higgins going to take the ball and run for the first down himself. He gets a first down on about the 29-yard line.
Look at a big hit. Big hit.
Joe Gonzalo was actually knocked down on that play, and I guess there you're allowed to hit right on the line of scrimmage.
Well, the end result is what you're looking for, and that's a first down. Wargo into the backfield.
How much space would you like to have me above it?
First down and 10 from the 30-yard line.
A lot of intensive training going on in the camera crew tonight. I'll tell you what, the producer's getting his money's worth there tonight.
Higgins from the shotgun. Flags on the play. And it's a dead ball foul because they stopped the play.
The only guy who's not earning their keep up here, as usual, are the three of us. Once again, freeloading on the operation for another Friday night.
It's an illegal procedure called against the Red Tornadoes. 6:40 left in the third quarter, 10-7. Blue Mountain area is still in the lead. Eric Higgins split far to the left. Gonzalo goes in motion. Higgins looking, rush coming up the middle. Now he's going to take the ball and run with it. Close to a first down at about the 20-yard line.
I don't think that was the design play, but it could have been.
I don't think.
I'll tell you what, that's a nice play that way.
He looked downfield, very similar to what Montoursville scored
exactly.
on.
I was just thinking that.
The play
exactly.
that Montoursville scored on.
That's not a bad play. I mean, it just turned out that way, I guess, but that's not a bad-looking way to do it.
Flood left. Everybody flooded left. Take off right.
Coach Williams, I know, is putting this into play because he watches this right now.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 20-yard line.
He's putting a star with our 3 names next to it, too. Never run this play, ever.
Mount Carmel area comes up. Higgins comes under center this time. Veach off the right side, finds a nice room, makes a nice cut, but good hit again. A good open field tackle by number 7, which was Doug Hendricks. And there are some great plays being made by the Eagles on Brett Veach. He usually gets through on that play.
That number's, I told you, 7. I thought number 7 was a quality athlete from the start, and he is. He's all over the field, and he's got speed. He really does. He's a big kid, bigger than you would expect to have that kind of speed. But then again, Shep talked the same way. Kids are just faster and faster today than you give them credit for, is what it is.
Mount Carmel 2nd down and 3. Higgins pitches back to Veach, going to come to the left side. This time didn't work. Run down by number 22 on that play, which was Jeremy Miller. At that point, they just had so many people out to the right.
Right.
I mean,
It was good pursuit.
there had to be nobody up the middle because they had to have everybody coming out to the outside on that play. 3rd down and 6, big 3rd down play for the Red Tornadoes right here, ladies and gentlemen.
They have a good defensive philosophy. They really do. I mean, I think some of it's us, but they also are playing us a smart defensive game.
Higgins from the shotgun is going to run with the ball again. Now looks back to pass and is tackled on the 25-yard line for about a 10-yard loss. In on the play, number 33, which was Matt Callahan.
I'll tell you what, though, he's got no time, none. I mean, he steps 3 steps back and somebody's in his face already. It's amazing. Still say we got to go short. Right now, try some shorter passes and swing somebody out of the backfield or whatever and see if we can't slow the rush down.
Well, Higgins from the shotgun. Back to pass, flags on the play. Looks at Veach coming out of the backfield, going to take it around the right side. First down, Red Tornadoes, flags on the play.
I would say too many men on the line.
But it's a killer if it's against us. Nice play. And that's exactly what we just said. He was wide open. I mean, completely open in the flat. And now we have a penalty, which is the story of the game so far for the Big Red.
Motion call?
I didn't see him make any call yet, but it'll have to be that, or I didn't see anybody move either.
Wow.
Well, everybody was up on the
Here
line.
he goes.
It's a motion call against
Illegal
the.
formation, I think. No?
Once again, I get a call from Joe Thurway.
Well, now Mount Carmel faced with a 4th down and 21.
I don't blame him.
Oh, snap back, and Michael Higgins not expecting the ball and tackled on about the 39-yard line.
Hey, that drive now, that last drive chewed up most of the third quarter.
Right.
3 minutes and 40 seconds left there in the third quarter. Believe it or not, time will become a factor very shortly for Big Red. I mean, this will be a tremendous upset if this were to continue in the same vein that it is.
Dresch at quarterback for Blue Mountain, the ball on the 39-yard line. This one's going to Slosser off the left side. Big play by the Red Tornado defense. Stosh Puldanovich in there, also 70 Rohrbaugh, 31 Corey Hepler down at the bottom of the pile, and 44 Sean Sheptalk. 2nd down and about 9.
Now, defensively, we've played a good game defensively. We really have. I mean, you can't say anything bad defensively. Offensively, we just simply cannot get on track there.
Twin split far right for the Eagles. Dresch looks downfield at Miller, hits him out in the flat, breaks a tackle and goes for a 1st down on about the 49-yard line.
Big Red's going to have to buckle it up.
10-7. Blue Mountain in the lead. 2:44 left in the third quarter. Oh, movement on the right. You see him stop. He came up and he stopped on
was
the
a free-
left tackle.
Freeze frame that time. Maybe nobody saw me. I don't think anybody saw me. I'll just be real still. That was a half of a Heisman pose.
Right out of his three-point stance into the pose.
Into the pose that time. He's practicing.
First down and 15 for the Eagles. Dresch up the middle to number 7, Hendricks. Good tackle in there
That's going to be
for the Red
I'm sure
Tornadoes, which was
Gassman
41, Joe Costello.
Gassman had a good hit on him.
Pete Cheddar comes into the lineup at left cornerback for the Red Tornadoes. Second down and about 12 yards to go for the Eagles. Dresch back to pass, looking over to the right side. Sheptock coming up to meet Dresch, and he does at about the 49-yard line. Back to about the original line of scrimmage. Good open field tackle by Sean Sheptock.
Well, Sheppy made the right move. He just waited for him to come up and didn't take it. The kid tried to break for the inside, and Sheppy just cut him off.
Third down and 9 for Blue Mountain, and if anything is made to be, you would think they'd go to number 32 on this play, which is Josh Miller.
Well, they got everybody split out of here now. Look at this is a wide open formation here.
Dresch fakes up the middle, looks over at the tight end, hits number 88. Big hit by Sean Sheptock, but Brad Goley with the catch. He'll be short of a first down by about 6 inches.
Interesting call for Blue Mountain. I'm sure they're going to keep it here.
Tight end.
Sheppy put a
3
hit on
times
him.
the tight end has made a fantastic play on third down and long. Fourth down and about 3 or 4 inches to go for Blue Mountain. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. 10-7, Blue Mountain in the lead. Going to go up the middle to the big fullback, still on his feet. It depends where they spot it.
He's got it.
Looked
Look where he's standing.
Right, he's on the line. So it will be a first down for the Eagles. .28 seconds left in the third quarter. Blue Mountain will have to run one more play in the third quarter. Dresch up the middle to Hendricks. Gains about maybe 4 yards. Tackled in there by Scott Grady, Jason Rohrbaugh, and also number 30, Sean Jamin. That's the end of the third quarter. The score, Blue Mountain Eagles 10, Mount Carmel area 7.
Gives us a chance to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we are WKMC TV, microwave signal WLX267. We are an instructional fixed television service. We are broadcasting to you right from the Mount Carmel area high school campus. You can find us on Channel 13 at 8 p.m. on a Wednesday night, courtesy of the Service Electric Cable System.
I'll tell you what, it was very quiet on Wednesday night. I mean, you were looking for something
I
to
heard
watch?
that people were just milling around the streets lost.
Really?
That it was horrible. I mean, it was terrible. I couldn't. And they just couldn't keep saying what an amateur production Channel 22 threw on there compared to us. I mean, it was just shocking.
Really? No.
Well, I heard that. Unless either I heard that or I said that. It was one or the other.
You know, I did. Remember, I did say that if anybody taped it, they'd give us a call. We would come up and we would sit there in your living room.
Yes, we would. And I don't know how many calls you got,
I
but
got one.
You did?
I got one from the Gallaghers up on Market Street.
Oh,
up there.
okay.
They'd come up, I went up by myself, though, and they're having an anniversary tonight, happy anniversary. But I was up sitting in their living room, and there I was,
Well,
going over Saturday's
I
game.
got a call too, but the people wanted me to pay them $40, and I just couldn't afford it.
Second down and 7 yards to go for the Eagles. Dresch, hands off to Hendricks. He was stopped in the backfield, now coming around the outside and run out of bounds by number 27, Dave Evans, and we're going to have a flag on the play.
Yeah, my guess it's going to be a face mask.
on Hendricks? I mean, it was
Well, you can give a stiff arm, but you can't get the face mask.
Yeah,
right.
I think he did. He got a hold of the face mask as he tried to turn the corner there. That's inadvertent, but nonetheless, he still did it. Yeah, he was wondering himself there on that.
He was trying to figure out if it was 10 or 15, but he made it 14 because he stopped at the 45-yard line and he only went 4 more yards.
What happened was
Go ahead.
He was counting on his fingers and he stopped. If you watch, he got to the 10, and then he looked down at his feet and he said, "Oh, 5 more." Okay.
I was a little concerned about that mark-off, I'll tell you. That was a shaky one going up the field there.
Second down and 19 for the Eagles. Miller goes in motion, and we have movement on the right side of the Blue Mountain line.
Well, they're certainly helping us this time, aren't they?
We need it. We need it.
Illegal procedure called against Blue Mountain. That one will move it back 5 more yards and put it on about the 46-yard line. Second down and 24 for Blue Mountain.
Well, I said you let them in the game, you let them long enough, and now it's a game. Now there's nothing you can do but just try to get out of this thing with a win and put it behind you. You'll be entering the 11 minutes or 12. Okay, I was gonna say 12, just under 12 minutes.
12 minutes, right?
To play in the game, and you're in trouble now.
Dresch, back to pass. Looks downfield. Big rush from Pulinovic. Gets away from him. Shovel pass to Hendricks. And there was a clip.
Flag.
There was a clip
You
up
got
here.
it.
Knocked out
He
of bounds
got it.
by Sheptalk, and there is flags on the play.
That was directly from behind. There was no second guessing on that one.
Clipping called against Blue Mountain, and is it from the spot of the foul?
Yes.
Yes.
We talk about self-destructing on offense. My goodness, they've done about everything you could do that way now offensively this time.
That puts it back to the 39-yard line, and Blue Mountain keeps going in the direction Mount Carmel would like them to go.
2nd and 30 now.
Again, good pressure. We had good pressure on the quarterback. Just have to wrap the arms a little bit
Yeah,
when we make contact.
just like it's that 1 extra inch that we're
right.
short so far in this game.
Dresch puts Miller in motion. Back to pass, straight drop back. Big rush from Grady. It's a screen over there to Saucer. And they had him.
Oh.
And then finished off by 44, Sean Sheptalk. He was stopped.
Wargo.
Looked like Wargo or
Wargo,
Mark
21.
Burns had him, and then he gained about another 2 yards.
Corey picked that up right away. Corey was rushing the passer. When the quarterback looked over, Corey released and went after the receiver.
Third down and 29. Gain of 1 yard for the Eagles. Dresch pitches back. It was going to be a halfback option, still could be. Saucer takes it out around the right side, makes a cutback, and tackled on about the 49-yard line by Mark Burns, and also in there 44, Sean Sheptalk. But again, a busted play,
Yeah.
defense very well
Absolutely,
by the Tornadoes, but then they had to come back and scramble for it. So some of those nights just don't go your way, and
This is
it's
definitely
tough.
one of those. Definitely one of those evenings.
Punt formation for Blue Mountain. 4th down and 20, 9:59 left in the ball game. Puts Gonzalo and Veach deep for the Red Tornadoes. This one's more a little end over end. Taken by Veach on about the 15. Brings it around the right side. Great play by number 81, which is Eric Searle from Blue Mountain.
For a big guy,
he just stayed right with him.
9:44 in the game. I would say this is the series that Big Red better do something.
Joe Costello into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes. Veach and Sheptalk in the backfield along with Higgins. This one's going to Veach off the right side. Finds some running room and out of bounds on about the 27-yard line.
Tough game. Everything's tough out here. You know, it's like you're one step behind, you know, or you know, one inch away all the time. You're never right where you should be or right where you want to be.
2nd down and 5. Gain of 5 for the Red Tornadoes on that play from Brett Veach. Now in the backfield again, Wargo and Sheptalk. This one's going to Veach behind Sheptalk. Gain of only about 3 yards and brings it up to the 30-yard line.
Third and 2, big play. They're all big plays now offensively. Big Red must retain possession of the ball.
Higgins to Veach. 1st down, Red Tornadoes at about the 34-yard line.
Veach actually ducked the tackle. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
$8:50 left on the clock.
Got to put 6 points on the board here. You've got to now.
Right.
Higgins looks at Gonzalo over his head at about the 40-yard line. 2nd down and 10.
Good defensive coverage that time by the Eagles. They've scouted well and they're in the right spot all the time. They're not being caught out of position. So you got to give their coaching staff a lot of credit here. I mean, they know what we were going to do. They're looking at it and they're right there.
Higgins comes up to the line. 8:32 left in the ball game. Good blocking. Higgins tucks the ball away. Shovel pass to Sheptalk up to about the 39-yard line. Mount Carmel will be faced with a 3rd down and 7.
Say one thing for this team, they can open field tackle with the best of them.
Yes, they can.
Certainly, they don't let anybody get by them when they have a beat on them.
In fact, they're probably the best.
Yeah,
that
they're
we've seen so far
very,
this year.
very good at it. I'll say that.
Veach and Sheptalk in the backfield. Wargo split to the right.
Timeout. Coach Williams wanted a timeout. I don't know if he got it or not.
They were missing a player, I think.
Would that be the guy kind of sneaking out behind him there? If he stays in back of him, he'll be safe is what the theory is on that one.
Well, we have a timeout here. 7:49 left in the ball game. Blue Mountain in the lead, 10-7.
Okay, aside from our cross-country success with the girls, of course, going to the States, we want to take a moment here to mention that the Mount Carmel Area High School Marching Band is certainly setting a name for himself in competition this year. I understand they were number 1 in the they have so many different names for their competitions. I'm not going to be able to tell you what it is. I just know that I've talked to many people who were at it. They were fantastic. They were number 1 in their group, I guess is what they're called. They're grouped according to the size of the members of the band. How many members you have determines what group you're in. So they were number 1, but I'll tell you what the competition is. But one time it's chapters or it's this or I never understand which it is they're doing. But bottom line is that they are having a fantastic year. And if you have not heard them play, you really should, because they are something to hear. They are a big-time band.
Big third down play for the Red Tornadoes. Fake to Veach. Looks downfield. Finds Eric Higgins out there. In and out of his hands. Good defensive coverage by number 22 from the Blue Mountain Eagles, Jeremy Miller.
But again, week in and week out, you can listen to that band when they're on the field and watch them perform. And they put the time in.
Oh.
You look down here at
No
night.
one puts more time in than a band member. I'm going to tell you that. I said that last year, too. No one. The dedication, and I'll tell you who else, the parents. Boy, talking about dedicated group, my goodness.
Yasashak back to punt. Good spiraling punt. Taken by Hendricks on about the 21-yard line. Breaks a tackle. Still going and out to about the 33-yard line. A Red Tornado hurt on the play and a flag on the play.
Well, I think you're getting a call for a clip here, because the one Blue Mountain was sort of riding someone's back.
Well, that was Mark Burns down there on the coverage.
Yeah, the burn unit was down there, but I don't know if he got clipped though. Was it him? I don't think it was him.
It was somebody else.
Well, a big defensive series here for the Big Red. They have to hold so they can just get the ball back to the offense.
Do they ever? Do they ever? This is critical now. If Big Red wants to escape here, they need to do something right now. 7:32 remaining in the ball game. The Big Red's got to definitely play some defense now.
Well, the penalty puts the ball back on the 10-yard line. Blue Mountain first down and 10 from their own 10. Officials now wait until they get the chain set. Puldanovich has to come off the field for some reason.
Blue Mountain calls a timeout.
Timeout call by Blue Mountain.
It's definitely hurting.
Sean Jamin had to come into the game for Stosh Puldanovich. He had a cut on his hand. He just came over, probably had some blood on his hand, and I guess a rule you have to come out with the blood.
You come out. You absolutely must come out of the game. That's exactly what the rule is. You're right. Any kind of blood and you're out of the game. They clean it up and get it fixed, but you go back in, but you can't have it. You can't be bleeding out there.
7:32 left in the ball game.
Not like in the old days when you'd be covered in blood, nobody cared. I mean, they'd ask you if something was broke. That was about it. And even then, it had to be important, or you wasn't coming out anyway. And that's because of all the, the weird diseases
That's right.
now plague society.
Dresch sets the Eagles from the 10-yard line. He's going to give it to Saucer up the middle. Big hit by Joe Costello on about the 11. Also in there, Jason Rohrbach. And number 30, Sean Jamin. Good play by Jamin from defensive end position.
He comes out of the game now. Pultanovich back in. Stoshman is now back in the game.
Second down and 9, 7 minutes left in the ball game. 10-7, Blue Mountain in the lead. Dresch with the split backs. Tries a saucer off the right side. Powers up to about the 15-yard line. '63, Scott Grady on the bottom of the pile.
Big third down now. 3rd and 5. He must make them kick the ball down here. They must.
3rd down and 5.
Watch your offensive end again.
Dresch, back to pass. Big rush from Hepler. Looks downfield, hit the tight end, but he
88.
dropped the ball. Good coverage that time by Sean Sheptalk, but a big rush from Corey Hepler.
It was essential that they stop him, and they have.
And deep.
4th down for Blue Mountain. In the punt, number 44, Jason Weaver. And if he kicks one that's at least where they're standing, they're going to pick up the ball.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
wow, he's been kicking some weird punts tonight. This is another one. This one's end over end, taken by Gonzalo on the 42-yard line. The reverse to Veach. Good block. Flag on the play, and they called a block. It was a great block by Mark Burns, and they're going to call another clip. Wow, I'll tell you what.
Close. They're really close.
I'll tell you what, they're even the other side of the field is looking for interference on the punter. Somebody was actually blocked. I don't know whether it was Johnny Asishak or who went up over the top of the block, and the blocker picked him up and threw him back into the punter.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Killer penalty.
That was a killer penalty because Mount Carmel, instead of having the ball on the 24-yard line, is going to have the ball on about their own 40.
Right.
Higgins from the shotgun. Snaps back. Higgins looking downfield. Rush coming in on Higgins, and he's downed on about the 30-yard line.
Looks defensively, they dropped back to a 4-4, and it seems to be just it's their coverage for the pass, but it's just giving us fits. They're only rushing 4 people at a time, and
Blue Mountain has a player hurt, but this gives Mount Carmel now a 2nd down and 21. 5:41 left in the ball game. This could be the last time they get their hands on the ball.
Absolutely.
5:41. Lots of time left on the clock for the Big Red to drive one down here.
They got to make it go. They've got offensively now. Every play is crucial. There's no giveies here. You can't just use up a play here to get to the next one. All plays are crucial. You must move the ball down the field. You must do it in a pretty quick fashion. You don't have a lot of time left on the clock.
Higgins goes from the shotgun. Gonzalo goes in motion to the right side. Snap back, a little low. Higgins picks it up. Now looks on a fly pattern to Gonzalo. Hendricks there, Gonzalo there. Had the ball in his hands, and it's incomplete. Good play by Hendricks, I think, that time.
And exactly what Whitey's saying is that Joel had the ball for 2 steps maybe, and when he went down, he fumbled the ball, and the ground can't cause a fumble. But I guess what he's calling is that he didn't have possession of the ball.
Right now, the Big Red has to regroup together and try to get a 1st down here on this play. .534 left in the ball game. Higgins is going to call a timeout. What Coach Williams is arguing right now is that the one official did say the ground caused the fumble. And one official was calling that, and that's what he's arguing about right now.
Yeah, the one official, he's saying the one official called a good catch.
Well, the officials were slightly shaky during most of the game, so it's only fitting that they have this one screwed up at the end here. There was some really close calls being made in some of the calls.
Well, we have to talk about that at a time when it's not on the air, I guess. I have a few comments on that probably could not be aired right now.
We'll get him beeped off like we always do. Give him something to do during the week.
3rd down and 21 for the Red Tornadoes. Tough situation for the Big Red. Where do you pull out your 3rd down and 21 play from?
Maybe they didn't bring one.
Higgins from the shotgun. Gonzalo goes in motion. Back to pass. Looks down the middle at Veach. He's open. Gets the ball. He's down to the 20.
He's in.
To the 10. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Coach Williams, what a great call.
My
what
goodness.
a great call on 3rd down and 21 from coming out of the backfield, and especially with the pressure that was put on Williams there to call that play. Just arguing with the refs and everything.
Oh, my goodness.
Great play. Good play by Michael Higgins to Brett Veach.
Brett Veach, and great catch, and once he catches it, he was 2 steps ahead. And once he's 2 steps ahead, he's never going to be caught.
You know what? We said about, Joel's defense, one of the fastest.
Yeah.
But now you got Brett, who is probably the fastest runner on the team. And Coach Whitey, ran the same play twice where he had trips right, and then he flooded again with putting Joel over there.
Snaps back. It's down. The kick's up. And it's good.
And they're back. My goodness, talking about snatch and defeat from the jaws there, victory from the jaws of defeat. 5 minutes, 11 seconds to go. A lot of game to be played yet, but certainly you've got to feel better now that you've retaken the lead. This has not been their night offensively. Certainly they've had some tough calls by the officials, which is not the reason that the game is where it is. Let me point that out. I mean, certainly that call down there was tough, and there was a clipping penalty that was even tougher, I think, to look at. But all in all, the officials are not the reason this game is close. Big Red has made this game close, and a very tough Blue Mountain team has made this a close game.
It is still a very close game.
Yeah.
You know,
but I'm now breathing again, which is a good sign. Did you guys notice my lips were blue?
I noticed that. You went back
It's
to
not
your very
normal,
quiet.
you know.
You're now up.
I'm back up. I'm back in. I'm back in the game now.
I know that. I just told Dave downstairs to turn my volume down on my headset. He almost blew my eardrums.
Oh, you
Well,
big baby.
The one good thing is the 4-point lead lets Blue Mountain not be able to get a field goal for a tie.
Big game. Now it's big game now. It's 5 minutes ago to defense, and now look at
the defense has done in this quarter has done an outstanding job.
Taking a look at the way we're moving out there. All of a sudden we're moving different now. You know, we were sleepwalking a little bit through this game.
Number 69, John Yastashak will kick off for the Red Tornadoes. Little squibber this time, bounces in on about the 25-yard line. Picked up, big play, but here he comes. One man to beat him. 30, Sean Jamin's going to have to run him down, and he does on the 49-yard line, but number 27, Sal Liberto, comes out of there.
He should have been tackled 3 different times back there. Got to bring these guys down, knock them down. Defense has got to make the plays now. The game is on the line. The defense is where you want it, on the field.
4:57 left in the ball game. 14-10, Red Tornadoes in the lead. Mike Dresch doing a good job at quarterback for Blue Mountain Eagles. Back to pass. Rolls a little bit to his left. Big rush. Now he takes the ball, tucks it away, and runs for about a 5-yard gain. Good tackle by Sean Sheptalk and Joe Costello.
And he took a nice hit for that one. It's still a gain of 5. They're down in the 42-yard line, 43-yard line of Big Red. I cannot stress, every play is crucial now to stay in this game and stay ahead.
And the pressure's there. He had to scramble. That's the key. If everybody's watching, we have the pressure. He just broke out.
Dresch back to pass, looks to the right side. Good coverage by Dave Evans, intercepted by Joel Gonzalo, brings it down the right side of the field. Good block.
Oh, yes.
And Joel run out of bounds on the 41-yard line.
Castman. Oh, the man. Great. Ooh. The Gonzo man. Great interception, great run. But the Castman.
Did he crunch him?
Oh, what a hit. Every interception so far this year, I turn to him immediately and see where he's standing because he's lining somebody up for a whack.
Well, then he has. Did you ever see the laser beam that he has? He has one of those laser sights.
Oh, what a hit.
Great interception, though, by
Oh,
Joe
yeah,
Gonzalo.
yeah.
Reading, and good coverage by Dave Evans. Evans was there all the way with the receiver. Gonzalo from free safety, able to come over and pick it off.
Absolutely.
3:47 left in the ballgame. Higgins, fumble on the play. Veach,
Right
gets
to
the bounce, and he carries it for about a 3-yard gain. Wow, was that a dangerous play?
I think he actually kicked that. Did you see that?
I don't know, but it came right back up in Veach's hands. 2nd down and 7. Brett slid. He did a smart thing there. He slid down, though, to keep the clock running.
Yeah,
Didn't
instead of
let it
going
go
out of bounds.
That's
Yeah.
That's why he didn't try
He
to
wasn't
make the
hitting
turn.
that wide to
No,
begin with.
If
Yeah.
he could have made the turn, he would have been okay. But
You're absolutely right. He wasn't trying to go that wide to start off with.
Higgins sets up with Wargo, Costello, and Sheptalk in the backfield. This one's going to Wargo off the right side. Good run down to about the 36-yard line. Late hit in there, but not called.
That was a tough hit there too. I mean, these are some really close calls tonight to call.
2:48 left on the clock. 3rd down and 2 yards to go for the Big Red.
Well, either way, the Eagles have nothing to be ashamed of tonight. Certainly, what a game they have played tonight. What a game.
This one's going to Veach outside, the right side. And he's tripped up. He'll be 1 yard short of the 1st down.
Now, unfortunately for the Eagles, as I said at the beginning of the telecast, they take a tough loss tonight if that's the way it just turns out, and it looks as though it will. It drops them to 4-5, and they were hoping for a winning season. Now they're going to be hoping for a 500 season. Unfortunately, they have to play Schuylkill Haven, which is the class of the Class A schools right now. So they've got a tough end of the schedule to play for this team. But I'll tell you what, if they play like they have tonight, I don't think anybody's going to want to play them. Going to feel good about it anyway.
Well, they certainly came down here to play, and the play calling from their sideline has just been outstanding.
Oh yeah,
especially in the first half. They just kept us on our toes.
They had, now we had said there were no fumbles, there were no interceptions, and up until the point of the interception here, there were no bad passes. That was a bad pass.
That was.
He should not have thrown that pass, and that unfortunately that happens. He was under extreme pressure, and he never saw the receiver. So where he threw it, there was no one even close to it. And there you have, of a whole game, one bad pass could cost the game, and it's horrible to say that, but that's exactly what happened.
That's what we were saying before. They played the whole game. They went through this whole game with no errors at all. And unfortunately, there it was.
Yeah, right near the end, boom, it's gone.
Timeout called by the Red Tornadoes. 1:54 left in the ball game. Sheptalk and Veach in the backfield for the Red Tornadoes. Higgins with the quarterback keeper.
First down.
First down, Red Tornadoes.
Good play.
Now with 1:49, Mount Carmel should be able to run this clock out.
Yeah, barring a fumble.
That was an excellent play because they keyed on everybody else. They gave us the 4-man line with the big gap, and Higgins ran through the gap.
Yeah, actually, well, that's what you need to do. You need to read where that gap is and go to it.
Higgins hands off to Veach, up the middle, gain of about 2 yards to about the 30-yard line. 1:19 left on the clock, and a timeout called by Blue Mountain. I'm not sure how many they have left, Wayne.
Yeah, I don't remember them using them in the second half. Well,
I'm trying to think. I don't know either.
I don't remember them using one at all, to tell you the truth. So they may have 2 left. I don't know. They also have a player on the field down. He's fallen down in the huddle, as a matter of fact.
Number 50?
There's someone on the ground. He was walking into the huddle and he was having trouble, and then he just dropped. Now he's sitting up now, but I don't know how they had already called timeout before he had fallen to the ground. So I guess they're not going to get an injury timeout.
Right.
They've lost the timeout, but it's a shame because you knew he was in trouble when he was wandering around there a little bit. He's sitting up and all, so he's the way he went down at first, there were some people standing around. Look, he just fell down in the middle of the huddle as they were getting ready for the timeout there. Now he's up, but a good round of applause for him. He played a whale of a game. They all did defensively. You keep Mount Carmel area to this year. This offense, the 14 points and the kind. We don't know what the yardage will be now, but it's not going to be pretty, folks. Let's face it.
Well, one thing they did also that was really good, Warren, was they were able to ball control.
Yeah.
Nobody was able to control the ball on this Big Red defense this year. And the defense played well, but there were times where Blue Mountain would go for an extended drive and be able to control the ball. And when you get ball control, your offense doesn't have the ball in their hands.
That's absolutely right. I mean, I'm guessing that this is going to be the lowest offensive output total of the year. I think, the way it looks here now, we really haven't done a whole lot offensively. Now, at the same time, to look at this thing, remember they only have 10 points. So defensively, we played as well as you want anybody to play. You can't complain that way.
Proven fact: the end of the season, it's easier for a 4-4 team than an 8-1 team to perform as they did. Wargo off the left side, finds some running room down to about the 29-yard line.
Hendricks laying a stick on him again. I like that Hendricks kid, that number 7. He played one heck of a game for Blue Mountain.
41 seconds left in the ball game. No timeouts left for the Blue Mountain Eagles. Pitch back to Veach. Going to take it around the right side, and big play by number 32 there from the Blue Mountain team, Josh Miller. Good play again.
They called timeout.
Could they have one more?
That's it. Because they called it.
Missed it.
Yeah. That's it now, I guess, but they did call timeout.
4th down and about 6 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. 30 seconds left on the clock. So still the possibility of Blue Mountain's offense getting their hands on the ball with a couple seconds left in this ball game.
Yeah, you don't want that either. I mean, anything can happen here. This is the kind of night, I think it's because we're close to Halloween or something.
Well, that's true.
There's a lot of strange things going on here this evening.
Hope it's not a full moon, that's for sure.
Over the years, Mount Carmel...
No, I don't have any body hair.
No.
I know when it's a full moon.
I don't want to see it.
Over the years, Mount Carmel has seen some strange happenings occur with Blue Mountain. I think that one we were at, Wayne, still tops the cake. It was was that 3 years ago, maybe? Probably 3 years ago, where the field goal at the end of the game,
with 4 seconds
a
left.
Big lineman kicked it that had never kicked a field goal before in his
like
life.
35 yards.
Had to kick it 35 yards and put it right through the uprights.
And I mean, it just made it. That was the killer. It just made the crossbar, but
there's just been those kind of games against Blue Mountain and Mount Carmel area, and 4th down and about 6 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. Higgins back to pass. Looks at Gonzalo. Corner of the end zone. Incomplete.
I tell you what, we don't
face guarding on that, he never even turned around to look.
You don't throw a penalty on that one, and you got your pocket zone shut there. Come on.
25 seconds left, and Blue Mountain Eagles are going to take over this ball with 25 seconds left in the ball game.
Well, that was a shaky call. That was really one of the few, but it was certainly one there.
This is it. We're down to 25 seconds left. 14-10, Mount Carmel area in the lead. Blue Mountain will have the ball 1st down and 10 on the 29-yard line. And I guess you could say 1st down and 70.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because that's about where they want to go. Dresch back to pass. Rushes on from the Red Tornadoes. Lots of time.
He throws it up.
Intercepted by Joe Wargo. Flags on the play. Wargo runs it down to the 29-yard line. And what he called there was, I don't know, because everybody's standing up.
Illegal man downfield, maybe?
We'll see.
Yeah, it's against them, but I don't. Illegal man downfield, boy, he'd have to be. We'll see. I didn't see anybody downfield, though. I don't.
Well,
you're right. There it is.
Yeah, there.
Illegal receiver down. I didn't see anybody that far off the line of scrimmage.
Well, Mount Carmel area pulls one out here. 13 seconds left on the clock. They don't have to run another one.
There's two bad passes of the game at crucial times, unfortunately, and that's what happens.
That's it. That's the final score. Mount Carmel area 14, Blue Mountain 10. They meet at the center of the field, and right now Blue Mountain, a very dejected team out there, Warren.
Well, they should be. They played a whale of a ball game. They smelled upset. It would have been the biggest upset of the year. It truly would have been. They smelled upset here. They thought they could pull this game out, and certainly they were very close to it. I mean, they can walk off the field here with their heads held high.
Right.
Now, I mean, if you're gonna talk about football and you're gonna say, well, on any given night, any given team could beat any given team, that's true. But bottom line of this is Mount Carmel area came in here heavily favored and should have been able to handle this team on their way to a district playoff game, and they didn't. Now, either this serves as a second wake-up call, Montoursville being the first one. If this doesn't, then nothing's going to. The games are all tough at the end of the year. Even like you said, the 4-4 teams are going to give you a tough time.
Well, because they're going to come out with things that you don't expect, things they can play with, that it doesn't really matter if they lose by 40 points or if they lose by 4 points.
Right.
They're going to run some different things than you had anticipated them doing. And that happened tonight. I'm sure defensively there's some things they did here tonight that we didn't expect and they haven't used all year, and they were able to come out and do it. And they made it work successfully.
Well,
all of a sudden it backfires. It doesn't go, we score big points.
Well, the one thing we didn't see all season long was the tight end catching the pass, spreading everybody out. Your trips, so you have your whole defense spread out all over the place. And now all of a sudden they run their tight end right down the middle, and he helped out in the first half. He pulled off a couple crucial plays.
Good play by Drescher, the quarterback. If we stick with Blue Mountain here for a little while, did an excellent job lots of times back there, reading the quick pass, getting it off to Miller. Miller, on the other hand, running inside routes, Z out, and went for some good yardage on his Z out play. And, again, just some good play. Now, backing off and saying about Mount Carmel defense, they did only score 10 points on this team.
Oh, yeah.
They scored 10 points on a team that also got two interference calls that from a Mount Carmel standpoint were questionable. From a Blue Mountain standpoint, they were good calls. And that does help you along the line as you get the interference calls.
Yeah, it's a game you don't. Here's what the bottom line is: you walk off the field, you won. You're 8-1 now, but you don't feel real good for some reason. You know what it is, but you don't feel great about this game, and you shouldn't, because not a lot of things went right for you in this game. Partly because you didn't have the enthusiasm when you were playing in the game, partly because they did, and because you gave them a chance in the game where they felt, wow, we can beat this team. And then after that, it was all uphill trying to fight them. So that's exactly what occurred. Now, you are walking out the field and you are 8-1. You look down the line, you got Towanda. Towanda to a team like this, another dangerous team. One, you're traveling what will seem like forever, a 2-hour journey to Towanda. You're going to meet a Towanda team that has one win, at least as of tonight. We don't know what they did tonight. Offensively, in the first part of the season, I understand they were unable even to score a touchdown. So, a tough team, with some tough breaks all year. Now you march up there on a long bus trip. Who knows what can happen at Towanda? We'll be there. We'll know what's going to happen, and you can see it on TV. If you don't want to make a 2-hour trip, certainly wait for us on Wednesday. But you got to go up there and say to yourself, here's a tune-up. This is a tune-up now for the districts. This is where it all begins at, and you got to go up there and whomp them and get ready and at the same time not get hurt.
Right.
No major injuries, which was not something we had happen this year, so you feel good about that, and you hope you go up there and we find out after that game where it is that the district championship game's going to be played at.
Big win for the Red Tornadoes. They pull it off, 14-10. We're all happy to see that, and everybody else is too. We'll be back here next week with the Towanda game from Towanda, but we'll be on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. I'm Bob Else.
I'm Warren Altamar.
Wayne Brokenshire.
Good night.